There were two women. One was older and much larger than the other. The younger one had short, curly brown hair that was pulled back from her tanned face by a bright scarf. She had a soft face and kind eyes. Then an older man stepped forward. He looked so frail that Marcus no longer wondered why he had let the place go. The old man looked like he could barely walk down the stairs, let alone get up on a ladder and paint. He doubted he'd have a hard time fighting this guy off if he ended up being anything like Mike. But something in the man's eyes told Marcus he wasn't in danger here. Still, it was better to be cautious, at least for a while. "Well, hello," the old man called out as he waved to them. Lily walked over to Marcus and took his hand in hers, then knelt down in front of him until they were eye to eye. "If you don't like it here, all you have to do is call me, and I'll come take you back to New Hope, okay?" He nodded, and then looked over to the three people who looked more nervous than he did. It took him precisely 2 days to decide he never wanted to leave the Graytons. 2 days of Mr. Grayton teaching him how to use all the tools in the massive garage. The man had even told him that he could build anything he wanted. All he had to do was ask, and they would have the materials delivered from the local hardware store. 2 weeks later, he had sanded and replaced a lot of the siding on the old house. He didn't want to stop there, so he asked Mr. Grayton if he could fix the porch. The old man had sat in his chair and scratched his chin. At first, Marcus had thought he was going to say no. "Don't you want to run around and play like the other kids do, instead of work?" He frowned a little. "No, I like fixing things." He looked down at his hands, noticing the calluses that he had earned from hard work. "It's up to you. You're free to do whatever you want." Mr. Grayton had chuckled. "I'll have the lumberyard deliver the wood as soon as they can." He pulled out a piece of paper. "I've got a list here." He handed it over to him. Mr. Grayton looked at it and frowned as he read the long list. "You put this together?" He looked up at Marcus. When Marcus just nodded, he watched a smile creep onto Mr. Grayton's face. "You've a talent for sure," he laughed. "Damned if I'm going to stand in your way. Why don't we ride into town tomorrow, and you can show this to Jim down at the lumber mill yourself?" He handed the material list back to Marcus. It had taken Julie, Mark, and him a whole month to finish the new porch. Julie was strong for a woman. She said she enjoyed wearing overalls and getting her hands dirty. Mr. Grayton had insisted that Marcus call him Mark. He quickly came to realize that the old man wasn't as frail as he looked. He carried most of the heavy wood up to the porch and had even helped hold the new supports in place while he had screwed them in. When all the work was done, they had painted the entire thing. Even Mrs. Grayton had come out of the house to help. The day after all the paint was finally dry, he stood outside, admiring his handiwork. He turned when he heard a car drive up the long drive, and frowned when he saw that it was Lily's car. His heart skipped a beat. The first thing that flashed into his mind was that she was here to take him back to the home. Maybe the Graytons hadn't liked him. Maybe he had done something wrong. Lily stepped out of the car and waved at him. Her smile caused his heart to slow a little. She didn't look like she was here with bad news. Then a boy around his age stepped out of her car. The dark-haired boy looked a lot like he did, except for the black eye and broken nose. His left arm was in a thick white cast, and he walked with a slight limp. Lily rushed over and helped the boy walk towards the house.